David and Goliath. Bible stories for kids. Once upon a time, there lived a boy whose name was David. David was the youngest of a very big family. He had 8 brothers and 2 sisters. David's father, Jesse, was a sheep farmer in the town of Bethlehem. In those days, all families were also in a tribe. David's family was of the tribe of Judah, and their symbol was a lion. As a boy, David's chores were to take care of his father's sheep. David had fun taking care of his father's sheep, and he made sure they eat leaves, drink water, and protected them from lions. David wanted to be a warrior when he grew up and joined the king's army just like his brothers. David's favorite weapon was his slingshot, and every day he would practice his aim. David's aim was just perfect. With his slingshot, he would hit his target in the middle every time. One day, when David was practicing his shot, he heard one of his sheep scream for help. "Ma, ma," said the sheep. David ran as fast as he could to find his lost sheep. David found his lost sheep by the river, far away. There was a lion ready to eat David's sheep. Quickly, David reached into his pouch and pulled out a smooth stone, placed it into his sling, and shot it as fast as he could at the lion. As the lion opened his mouth to bite the little sheep, David's shot hit the lion right between the eyes. The lion felt dizzy, seeing stars, and fell down. Crying, the little sheep ran to David. David was such a good shepherd that he never lost any of his sheep, not even to a lion. When David wasn't watching his sheep or practicing his slingshot aim, he was practicing music. David was very good at playing the harp. All his sheep and even the lions loved to hear David play music. One day, David's tribe was at war with another tribe called the Philistines. David's king, Saul, was very stressed and afraid of losing the war. "We're going to lose the war," he cried. In those days, when you lost a war, everyone in your tribe would be captured as slaves and forced to work for free. King Saul heard how good David was at playing music, so the king sent for David to play music for him to help him calm down. King Saul was very worried and stressed. His servants had never seen him this way, so young David began to play his harp. The king sipped his wine and took 3 deep breaths to calm down. After King Saul calmed down, he explained to David that the Philistine giant Goliath has put out a challenge to fight any man, and the winner of the fight would decide the war. But all the warriors were too afraid to fight the giant Goliath. The giant Goliath screamed, "I will crush the head of any man who dares to fight me, and if no man among you will accept my challenge, I will take you all as my slaves." But everyone was too afraid of the giant Goliath. Everyone except David. Soon after, David's father sent him to bring food for his brothers in the army. When David heard Goliath's challenge, he said, "I will fight him." David's brothers laughed. They thought he was joking, but David was very serious. David returned to King Saul's palace and said to King Saul, "I will accept the challenge. I will fight the giant Goliath." King Saul looked at young David and said, "I like your bravery, young David, but you are just a boy." David wanted very much to get the king's approval. But it was not until after King Saul heard of David's bravery in protecting his sheep from lions that he finally decided to allow young David to fight the giant Goliath. King Saul gave David his own armor, sword, and shield, but they were too big for David. On his way to the battlefield, David stopped and picked up 5 smooth stones. Then David walked up to the giant Goliath and accepted his challenge. The giant Goliath laughed and said, "I will break you like a stick." David placed a stone in his slingshot and pulled it back as hard as he could. He fired the stone, hitting the giant Goliath right between their eyes. Goliath fell down, and David won the fight and won the war for his people. The people were very happy and carried David on their shoulders. Later, when David grew up, he would become the new king, King David.